Blessings, beautiful ones. It's Shanna, and we're about to do a future spouse reading, really getting into some details here, which is wonderful because there's going to be a little bit of an extension for my members only. So you can check that out in my members only section. So who is your future spouse? We're going to have two piles to pick from. We have the larger rose, still smelling sweet, number 14. And you can see the picture. This is group number 1. Okay. And we have our group number 2s. A little bit more held together, maybe not as revealed. A gorgeous rose. Number 33, I am infinite, with the sweet little bird here. So feel free to choose your pile. I'll have the timestamps below, and we're gonna get in. Blessings, pile 1. Thank you so much for choosing this pile. I'm excited to do this reading for you. So you picked this absolutely gorgeous, unfurling rose. And number 14, I have come. So here's the outside, and each card is different. This is part of a elemental deck, and I would have to get details if anybody does want them. Feel free to put that in the comments. I will answer your comment. I have come. Your path is present. Force is never required. Softness leads to strength and beauty. Well, right off the bat, 14 obviously could be very significant. And this feels like a change in connection. This feels to me like a connection that is evolving into your spouse. So if that doesn't resonate at all, perhaps pick another pile, because this is giving me energy that's already beginning to blossom. So let's go in. I feel like I just want to leave this on my lap. So with your path is present. So much about this person already potentially being right around you, or having enough of an inclination that you could put some pieces together. This could be my future spouse. This could be my future spouse. So what we're going to be doing, and welcome for those that are new. I'm a recently growing channel. All your support means the world. There will be an extension for this reading. We're going to go into some other types of the physical connection, your first date, what their higher self wants you to know. Yeah, and anything else you'll need to know about meeting them. But right now we're going to figure out who this person is. So who is your future spouse? For the pile 1 tuning in, thank you so much for allowing me to give these clear, concise, precise messages with your highest involved. What do we need to know about them? Do we need to know about their personality? We got courage and pleasure. What do we need to know about? It's interesting because I just did a reading, a love reading the other day. Yesterday, day before, I just posted it, that has those 2 cards in it. And I've used the deck multiple times since, so. Okay, you got courage, pleasure, openness, and healing chaos. We're going to fan out some more details here. This person, it's funny, one of the things I want to say is that they have tendency in, I don't know why I want to start with their shadow, but I do, and so we'll start with their shadow. That they might have moments of fawning, moments where they feel a little in their freeze response, where sometimes life can be a little overwhelming for this person. And, or if it's not that it's like a total freeze, it's a Piscean type of energy, Pisces energy, where you seek pleasure to regulate. You seek a lot of dopamine to regulate. And I don't mean this from an addictive standpoint, but it's a natural part of human nature. So with this courage energy, your future spouse has heart. They have heart, but they have gull. Is that the word? Oomph. Let me feel into it more. But they have had to ride different waves of emotional instability, emotional maturation, and times where their emotions ran the ship. And it's funny that I got that Pisces energy, so I could understand that if that's the case. This also could just be any water sign, anybody with water high up in their chart. So it feels to me like, it's funny, I just want to like rub my face. I'm not quite sure why. Sometimes that happens when I'm feeling into energy. Yeah, there's something about them really liking to co-regulate because they have a lot of emotions. They've learned really truly to like make peace with them and to build with them and to not respond or react. So you are going to be dealing with an emotionally evolved being who chooses stability over reaction, but it doesn't mean that they're not dying inside at some point. And I don't mean that like literal, but that they're struggling inside. They had to earn this, is what I want to say. They really had to earn that part of their personality. But they're courageous. Like they're okay with getting beaten up a little bit in the stream of life to discover who they are, to do what they want, to go after what they want. Yes, as I said that, I got some Aries energy here, power, Ram. It's exactly what I was feeling, is that they do have a headstrong part of them. And I would even say this is coming through as the Emperor energy, right? So they, again, I think it's coming through as they have had lots of up leveling in their life, lots of opportunities, and not even opportunities, but self-inflicted motivation or life forcing them to elevate. And they actually are like, yes, I can do this. I'm doing it and I'm going after this thing. And as they are like headstrong in that, again, there's something about them regulating with the softness of life. So they could be somebody who really, really enjoys co-regulation, touch. Yeah, I just keep getting like, there's somebody who's definitely going to want the affection, specifically when life is stressful. So it doesn't always need to be, sexual. It's like comfort, care. They are very intuitive, but they don't even necessarily call it that. They just are like, I go after what I want. I know what I want. Life has helped me figure out what I want. I'm guided by my own understanding, my own discernment. They do have a spiritual openness, but it's coming through as like they wouldn't necessarily be like, I'm a highly intuitive being. And that might be for some of them who would actually say something like that. But there's just a confidence in them. It's coming through as literal confidence. There's a confidence in your future spouse that is willing to face the unknown. They're very open to new situations that broaden their mind and broaden who they think they can be. Like they like to show up in a way that makes them feel brave, like capable. Oh, they have a very strong personality, but it's not exclusive of their softness. There's a softness here. There's a very humbled warrior type of energy. It's coming through as peace, it's coming through as power, and it's coming through as confidence. Again, they've mastered their emotions. They could have been somebody when you... Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, I forgot what this card said. I'm going to go back to that thought. It says, softness leads to strength and beauty. I totally forgot that's what that said. And this is totally how this energy is feeling to me. They have this wounded warrior or this stoic side to them. And it hasn't hardened them, though. It's led them to a certain level of inner stability, inner strength, where they can be tender when it's needed. Okay, sadly, I interrupted my past thought and I don't remember what it was. So there's that. So this person has a bravery to them that gets them up and out and open into new situations. They do really like to talk. They do delight in deep conversation and chatter. And I do think that they're a little more social, maybe even a little more social than you. Do we need to know about their future spouse with this healing chaos energy? They've just been through, they've been through so many times where they've had to let go of past versions of themselves and keep evolving. And this is what's made them a little bit, I don't want to use the word stoic fully, but I mean it in the sense of just stable and strong and kind of detached. There's a part of them that has learned that detachment allows them to transform accordingly. Like they've learned from their past. This person definitely, I think that words of affirmation are something that at first might not come out right away, but then once their feelings are locked in for you, they're going to be a words of affirmation person. I'm definitely getting quality time and touch as their love languages. And I think that they, in general, like to romance life with you, but not just anybody, anywhere, like they might not be somebody who's super good at romancing their own life. Like I get this very headstrong, like working hard, keep going type of energy. But then when it comes to you, it brings out this like proud side, this brave side that wants to kind of show you off or take you around, impress you. They are somebody that you've grown with and that you will continue to grow with. You guys will go through layers of ego deaths in this. And all for good, all for good. What do we need to know about their future spouse? So just to say what the energy I'm feeling here is the water signs are showing up, but I was specifically picking up Pisces. Aries is showing up. Leo is showing up. Scorpio is showing up. So I guess that would be double. I am getting some earth sign, but I feel like that wouldn't be their sun sign. It would be more like their Mars or their Venus. Like a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And then I'm getting some Librian energy picked up here for some reason in the confidence, and I don't quite know why. I think it's more just the beauty coming off of the picture itself. Okay, what do we need to know? And don't worry about signs, y'all. There's so many aspects of signs in our house, and they cross over in so many ways. And in our chart, I mean, and then it all depends on what house they're in too, right? So like I could be picking up on things in the 12th house but it's a Taurus, right? It's like Taurus in a sun in Taurus in the 12th house, right? Like you just never know. So as I saw 12-12, that's quite interesting. So perhaps the 12th house in general, because there is this energy of like healing chaos, growth, memory, activation, power here, pleasure, peace. Like this could be a very spiritually evolving connection, marriage, that you evolve prior to coming into union. You evolve in the union itself, and then you evolve in the actual marriage itself. And there's just a lot of spiritual depth, spiritual lessons, spiritual growth. What do we need to know? How do they show up in their life? What do we need to know? Ooh, see? Fascinating. Some of you, they show up in your life when you're pleasure seeking, when you're avoiding life, and you both could be avoiding life in some way, that you're often out at bars, or you're often out, you know, say you have some dense things that you have to work on, but instead you join a dating app instead of doing some of the work that you need. And that's probably why this connection has come in or will come in. And again, a lot of you feel like you actually know this person already. And we're gonna specifically ask that in the extended, really. We're gonna also ask a yes or no question and the physical connection, like I said, and first date stuff. So that'll be in the members section here on YouTube. Now you don't have to go somewhere else for it. So with that though, like, you guys met in a time where you were knowing and deciding that there was more to life than being stuck in these old patterns. When there was some sort of hope, optimism, renewal, you could have easily met. These are the two seasons showing up to me, is like winter Capricorn season, summer Leo season. That's what I'm getting. So what draws you to this person? Interesting. Their ability to evolve. Like, there's so much about the healing, chaos, and growth. Like, you're drawn to the fact that this person has some density, but they're willing to break those patterns and have and will and does and do. There's this energy of like, not only have they in the past, but they are right now. They're willing to moving forward. Like, they're not a stagnant being. No, they are not. They really have learned to savor the sweetness of life. So they could have overcome an addiction. They could have overcome some really intense like loss of some kind. This also could be a loss of a business, loss of a version of themselves, like a complete alteration of who they are. Some of you met this person between the ages of 15 and 19, and some of you around Saturn returns. So between like 26 and 32 is what I'm getting. So what else do we need to know about why you are so drawn to this person? And we've got the past energy. So I'm just, we're going to be as bold to say that likely this is very much somebody that you know, okay? So in that, I want you to really tune into your own heart on this and see if that's true for you. This also could be just that soul aligned, I remember you. Like, we're leaving off, we're taking off where we left off kind of thing. Many lifetimes now we've evolved together. So take it as you want, because it's definitely coming through a bit of both. But you love that this person's good with children. You love that this person feels like a family man or family woman. You love that they have some traditional values, even though they are unique, sovereign. They have their own opinions of how they want to lead and follow life. And yet they still have certain traditional values that I think you also feel safe and feel resonant in. You could have even had a child with this person or a dog with this person prior to getting married. So take that as it resonates. What else do we need to know? What draws them to you? What do they love about you? Well, they love that you match your energy. You match their energy, specifically when it comes to the passion. Because let me tell you, this person's passionate. They have a lot of fire, a lot of desire, a lot of if I want it, I'm going to get it. And they delight in that type of bravery and proving it to themselves that they can accomplish what they set out to. Some of these people could have been in the military, so doesn't mean you have to. Again, it could have been other types of like strenuous training, or just life was a bitch to this person. Their childhood could have been really tricky to navigate, and overcoming some of those limitations was no joke. And that's almost why I think their nervous system, their body likes strong hugs, warm cuddles, passionate making love sessions, like times where you guys are even igniting new ideas. There's something about the passion, the fire. They really like exercise. So they like that you match their energy. So everything I just said, you likely reciprocate, you match. You're on a similar calibration. They love how they can bring something to you and you can make it into something that they didn't even think was possible. They find you extremely intriguing, inspiring, activating. But it's almost like they bring home some couple bags of groceries, or somebody gives them some stuff from a farm and they carry it arm in arm and they bring it home and you make this elaborate, delicious meal. And they're like, what? How did you, it was like a bag of, I don't even know what to do with that. And I feel like they love your cooking, or they love things that you do just for them, or things that you've grown in, things that you've created your skill set in, things that maybe aren't even our natural gifts to you, but that you give as your love language. So your love language for me is coming through acts of service, quality time, and also that touch. So what else do we need to know? What do you guys just love about your relationship? What is your relationship like? What do you love about your relationship? Oh, it's romantic. It makes you both enjoy life better. It makes you both feel like life's worth living. So that makes me think that both of you have dealt with some depression, some overwhelm, some anxiety, some emotional instability. And you guys love to romance life together. And it's so funny. He's holding all the roses in his arms and like, I really wanted this rose to be on me. You guys are very sensual beings. And I think it's because likely maybe one of you has CPTSD or PTSD, has sensory things going on, nervous system dysregulation or ADHD, or things that when you feel grounded in your body, you feel better. You feel like life is good. Interesting. What do you guys love about your relationship? I mean, you guys absolutely love. Oh, you're the 10 of Cups. What I was about to say is you guys just love being together. And then so sweet. Oh, it's so, so sweet. 1111, 111, and 10 or 1010 could be significant for you guys. That all could be like birthday months, birthday days, or just significant numbers that you see often. Right around maybe the time of this person coming in, or right like as you guys are getting to know each other. So this is just somebody, like I had said, like you see yourself being able to have children with, or have a family with, or even heal your own inner child with, because they are good in that energy and you feel so, like it's just so held. You both feel so nurtured. There's a safety here. There's such a safety to this connection. You guys actually both help each other ignite your faith in God, your faith in the divine, your faith in something higher. Again, it feels like both of you have dealt with some instabilities, some chapters that you've really struggled with that have been very tricky to navigate in life. And it's like this connection comes in and you're just renewed that life can support you, that the divine is listening to you, that all chapters have an end and not everything has to look like it's going down, or that it's this big tricky roller coaster. Some things just have a progression. And I saw 2244, which is interesting because that's like double the energy, right? It's like a progression. 22 is, 44 is 22 twice. Such a spiritual renewal. Like you guys help each other renew each other's faith. You could have been a little lost prior to that. Or just like if I could only meet my future spouse, or I could only really truly be in love, I will be able to accomplish my dharma, or I'll feel more stable to handle the rest of life. There's something about how impactful this connection is for you. Again, it's soul renewal. So the Librian energy is showing up here with the Justice. They wanted me to split the deck. And this is Aquarius energy. So I'm just going to keep calling out stuff as I kind of see it. But yeah, you guys could have this is not going to be for everybody, but an impact on the world at large, where you either want to share certain things that you've learned, you want to put certain products out that help people feel like they have a certain level of stability or control over their life. You guys could be working in like the court system or in some sort of environmental or legality sense of, trying to actually make the world a better place through that type of stuff. And some of you could be like outreach classes, coaching. And that doesn't have to be everybody, but I'm getting this like humanitarian aspect to your love that, again, I brought up the Dharma. Like there's a part of you that's like, feels like you can walk in your Dharma because of this love. It's so soft. It's so unfurling. There's so much trust. There's so much faith. I love this. Okay, so I want to get one card for the sole purpose of this union. Why did God bring you guys together? Why on earth, of all the billions of people on the planet, will you marry this one person? Oh, I just got so much warmth in my heart. It almost felt like heartburn, but it wasn't. It was like, out of the billions of people in this planet, why this one person? Why? Why, sweet dear God? What's the sole purpose of this union? One flipped down, one flipped out. You guys could think it's one thing, but then as you continue to grow the love, you realize, that it's interesting. It's saying action, awaken the warrior woman within. It's coming through as like, it's to put a fire under you. You guys could have had to change for each other or heal some big things together. And there's this level of like, I'm capable. Like your union makes you feel capable. The purpose is to trust the inspired action and your ability to follow through, your ability to get it what it is that you actually are aligning with or desire. There's a certain follow through energy. Anything else you can articulate? What's the purpose of this union? Again, with the Star card, it's to renew hope. But again, it's like showing you that when you show up for yourself, you make the appropriate actions towards what you want. You don't let life break you. You let life make you stronger. You get rewarded, or you get some level of like grace. And this, honestly, I want to say that this is the sole purpose of this union is to strengthen your faith, and to strengthen it in the place that you're no longer emotionally giving output to things that have happened that are draining, that make you feel dissolved or distorted, or that drain your energy. This connection, this union is here to make you revere in life, to revel, to celebrate life, to give thanks every day, to wake up, look at your future spouse and say, or your spouse, and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate present blessings. It just activates this. The sole purpose is to keep renewing to that too, to keep coming back to that. Every time you guys are going to be evolving together, it's coming back to center. Okay. So one last final message here. What do the people tuning in, sweet dear God, loving Holy Spirit, higher selves of those tuning in, what do they need to focus on now in order to connect greatly with this union, for it to become the marriage, the blessing, the union, the kingdom spouse energy? What do we need to know? What do they need to focus on now? Peace, peace, Be calm, and calm will be, and security. Keep stabilizing, keep choosing yourself, keep finding emotional stability. Stop letting your emotions dictate some of your actions. This is learning how to have a masterful response to your emotions and finding inner peace, finding peace with the world, and letting that burn be a slow burn, not a burn all at once and then burn out. Burn all at once and burn out. You guys could have had past like a fearful avoidant energy, like in and out. This is like, it's time for security. It's time to stabilize. And this is what brings this person and your union into the foreground. My sweet, beautiful ones, that is what I have for you. If you want to join me on the extended, I'll put the information in the description box below. So again, we're going to go over, we'll ask a question. So I'll ask a yes or no question and we'll kind of answer that and you can leave that open. We're going to see how you guys meet, what your first date is, like if you really know this person, more about your physical connection and anything maybe their higher self wants to tell you at this time. All right, sweet pile ones, if this is where I leave you though, many, many blessings for your union, celebrating your love, and may it be a absolutely beautiful unfolding in this lifetime. Thanks for joining me. Blessings, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Excited to do your future spouse reading. Name is Shanna, in case you didn't really check out the intro. And we're going to be looking into just your overall, what to look out for your future spouse, whatever kind of wants to come in, their character traits, their love languages, things of that nature, how they show up, and in general, like what's attracting you both to each other, the nature of the union, and what you need to focus on in order to attract or come into union. I'm also going to have an extended for my members only. Hey. So check that out. We're going to be going into, do you actually know this person already? How will you meet? What's your first date like? I said I was going to do a question, but forgot to do that for pile 1, so we're just going to skip it. And physical connection. We're going to get into the physical connection and anything that their higher self, the higher self of your future spouse, what they want to tell you. So let's begin. So you got number 33. Master teacher. This person is wise. I am infinite. A little bird sings of your wild and great beauty in immense gratitude for you. Well, first off, this person is wise beyond their years, yet they have such respect and interest for you and how you process things. They're not like a know-it-all. They're like, I know all these things, and what do you think about it? Like, what's going on in your head? I would love to know more. How did you perceive that? How did that make sense for you? They're going to be very inquisitive, like very good questions, very intrigued by the conversation. What do we need to know about this person? Nope, not the deck I thought it was. There you are, right in front of me. What do we need to know about this person? Their personality, anything that wants to come through. Concise, accurate messages for the future spouse of pile 2. So dear God, thank you for allowing the congruency, the conciseness of these messages. Well, they are somebody who likes to ground, perhaps go barefoot, somebody who finds their connection to earth in general very important. Body, mind, and soul, or body and soul. I added the mind part. Into me, I see. Wow, deep, beautiful person. Very deep, beautiful person. What do we need to know? Felt like too many. So there's something that they understand about vibration. They understand about overall, like the depth of connection that all of us humans are experiencing, that there's so much more about energy transference. They are somebody who was likely abstinent or celibate before you knew them or before you know them, or somebody who's very, very intentional about who they get intimate with because they're very aware of energetic transference and I don't think this is their whole life at all. And that could be that they've had those morals and that awareness and that choice, but it's like they're aware that certain things can unground you, can be transferred, that can suck the life out of you, that can even, I want to say, future stealing. There's another word for that, but like destiny swapping, I think is the term for that. Like they're familiar with stuff of that nature. They could have exposure to voodoo, or just again be very, very aware of the energetics. Okay, some of you guys live away from each other. Yes, the uncharted sea. And then it's coming through as, it's funny, I went to say that because of this card, and then there's this card to amplify that message. A powerful move, right? So this person is definitely a power moving type of person at this point in their life, because again, I think that they've gotten ungrounded several times from either other people and choices that they've made, people they've gotten intimate with or too close to, and in general, lost vision, lost to themselves. And it became the mud for their rebirth. So they're very aware that it's served, and yet there's a part of them that's like, nope, I am not doing that again. 1515 might be significant. 15 might be significant. We've got a 1, an 8, a 5, a 15, a 33, and a 46. So I'm just going to call out numbers as I see them. So this person has definitely come to peace with their past. So they have done a lot of composting the old and letting it become the magic, the fertilizer for the new. So they feel very ready for you. This is a very healed version of this person that's stepping up when you meet them, but that's not how they always were. They have had intimacy problems in the past, where they might have gotten physically intimate but held the other parts of them up, or allowed people in and then avoided and pushed away. Or it's coming through as like, I know I deeply want intimacy, and at sometimes I've neglected or pushed it away, sabotaged it, and or picked the wrong thing. And so I haven't fully trusted like I can open up again. This even feels, like I said, sexually. This feels to me like the body. But not just that. It's also like dream building with another. They are somebody who, though, they love power moves. They love making good decisions. They absolutely love Mama Earth. Like I said, they might love like bodies of water, ponds, streams, things where land and water meet, where they feel like they find themselves, is how I want to say it. What do we need to know about this person, their future spouse? They're going to be extremely intimate with you. That's the first message I'm feeling as soon as it came through as rebirth. As I was saying that, I was feeling into it. They're likely going to say, wow, I haven't opened up to somebody like this in years, or maybe my life, maybe the last decade, maybe since my first marriage for some of them. I don't know why that's coming through, but or maybe I haven't let myself be seen like this since like my childhood friend or my first love, something like that. Some of them never. And they're going to let you see them. They're going to let you see, like, expose some of the mud that you make sense of the lotus. Aw. So it's coming through as a rebirth. Their Kundalini could be something specific, a Kundalini awakening this person could have gone through. You guys could share that practice, or just in general, like breath techniques, Qigong, acupuncture, I'm hearing, Ayurveda, Tantra, really conscious lovemaking, really conscious earth connecting. This could be like earth magic, earth manifesting, gardening. It's coming through as a myriad of things, and it could be a bunch of those things. They are so excited. Once that you guys, like, I want to say consummate, which is so funny. But like, I mean it more almost like when you guys come together and you actually agree to a commitment, this person starts to unravel. You start to see the truth of this person. But up until then, they kind of hold some of their cards in. What do they need to know about their future spouse? They're a very patient person. They're not pushy. They trust the timing of life. They trust when things are ready, they will bloom and blossom on their own. They're not somebody who's going to, it's interesting because this flower is more closed up than the other. And the last connection was a little rougher, a little intense, a little more like, take what I want. This person's more like, I believe that if it's for me, it will open up and reveal itself in due time. I will feel called to it. It will evolve. It will sprout. And I can't force a beautiful flower to blossom, right? I can only provide the sunshine. I can only give it what it needs. I can only care for it and trust the timing. This person has great timing, is how I want to say this, even though at times you might be thinking that they're taking too slow. And then when the time melds, you're going to be like, oh, perfect. That was great timing, though I was feeling a little impatient. This might even be like that they show up a little late, or they say they're going to call it 8 and they call it 8:30, or they have like a thing about them that it's perfect timing, but it might feel at times where you're feeling reactive or responsive to it, almost like, but you said this, and then there's this like, oh, I understand. Like, I get why it went down that way. Makes sense. What else do we need to know? They are entrusting of timing in general. It's kind of, oh, this card came out. This card came out actually for the last pile 1. This is like a very prosperous potential, because this love, your future spouse, it's about body and soul. It's about the mind. It's so interesting because I said body, mind, and soul, and then the card itself only has body and soul on it. And then to clarify, the believe card came out, which is the mind. Your future spouse, the connection is spiritual, but it's spiritually integral. It's being able to integrate the spirit into the day-to-day choices, into the mental focus, and be able to create the life, the dream. You guys are going to create something out of your mud, out of your muck, out of your past chapters together that you can stand strong on, that you can heal others in, or that you can heal your own life circumstance. Like this person comes in and all your debts are paid off, or this person comes in and you've always had this dream of building a greenhouse on this property that you had as a kid, and that happens because you guys come together. It's coming through as like past dreams coming to fruition and past debts and or struggles finishing, ending. And this person's prosperous. They're very growth mindseted. Oriented, mindseted. I don't think that's a word. They're very growth mind oriented. They've cultivated some things in here when it has to do with abundance. So they're gonna help you believe in yourself and believe in, like, just because, again, like you want it, like that's a spiritual understanding that it's already yours. You can have it. And it's already being born out of all the circumstances you've moved through. I do think that both of you are very spiritual. It almost feels like you come off as like, I'm a spiritual being. And they're like, yeah, me too. But then they carry more spiritual wisdom than you might realize. Like they're like, again, they're like humble to their own, at least with you. And I saw 1313 on the clock, which is interesting. They're humble with you. And it's like, because they really trust you, they really admire you. Again, this is a very healed person. Somebody who like nobody's perfect, y'all, right? Everybody has their issues and their things, but this person feels evolved, intended. They have made some very powerful moves to shift their life, to make themselves the version that they're most feeling proud of, complete with, not complete, but like, I want to use the word integral again, like with integrity, like I did this. I've chosen this. This is who I am now. I am so proud of this person. So let's get a layer of tarot. There you are. So what else do we need to know about this person? About their future spouse. They have deep felt earthly wisdom. Some of them could be really into earth medicine. Like I mentioned, like acupuncture and things of that nature. So that could also be like mobility, physical therapy, understanding things about the physicality. But I also want to say some of them are really into herbalism, supplements, I want to say biohacking. Interesting. Okay. So what do we need to know about this person, their future spouse? What do we need to know about this future spouse? What do we need to know about they're just popping right out. So this person's not too far away from you is what I'm feeling from this energy. Or that you're becoming so aligned with this energy. And yeah, it's like an in and out. There's a little like, where is it though? I'm ready. Okay. Some of you are meeting in this like Scorpio season. So we're going to go into that with the extended, but they just want me to say it. So I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. So it depends, I guess, when you're finding this. It also comes after a time when you've really severed an old pattern. That's what I feel like. So this person has gotten really good at laying past struggles to rest. There is this very high air element they have a earth, air, and water combination here is what this feels like to me within their chart. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We've got Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I'm specifically getting more of like a Libra energy, but doesn't matter. And Knight of Pentacles here showing up, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So this person is very much like, again, intentional, slow and steady. They come in to your connection. It feels like very slow and steady, but they're soft in the sense that they have very balanced masculine, feminine, and they're very intuitive, emotionally mature, nurturing. Like if you bring something to the connection that's like, hey, I didn't like how you said this, or I'm not sure about, when this went down, what you meant by that, or they're not somebody who's going to push away. They're going to be a very, very conflict resolution oriented person that sits with you, that takes the time. Like they no longer emotionally respond to things that are like triggers and create distance. They're more like, oh, here's an opportunity for more connection, more intimacy, more bonding, more potential here. And it's interesting because it's coming through over the intimacy card. And there's one of my mentors, she talks about like intense fellowship. When you're fighting with your spouse, you can look at it more as like, we're having intense fellowship. And this is what this feels like to me. Is like, there's so much love here. We're not giving up here. We're just having a moment of intense fellowship. So this person is new to life. Like they love to explore. They love to set goals and intentions and then go off and accomplish them or go off and see them. They likely have like a laundry list or something about like, I want to go here, I want to experience this, and they're probably adding to it and checking off from it all the time. This person feels pretty financially stable and they've built it. I don't think that they were given it, or if they were given it, they had to reestablish it themselves. Something different. It wasn't like an inherited thing. They had to learn how to believe in themselves and do the work, do the hard work, birth the ideas, go after the thing, and trust themselves. Yeah, I'm getting like a solar plexus energy. They had to learn how to have a certain level of self-authority and faith to go after what they needed and wanted. And I don't think it came to them as easy. I think there was times that they really needed to seek isolation. They just were like, what's it all for anyways? Maybe I don't even want it. I just want to be out in the woods by myself. It's like, leave me alone. It's all capitalism. No, and it's like something where they're part of their spiritual being struggles with the amount that they've had to do or be that isn't what they intended or actually wanted or thought that was like of benefit, and yet they really learned how to cultivate that, grow that, and keep going. And they feel financially not only stable, I would say there's a tinge of wealth here. Like, I can keep recreating this, I could keep doing this, I know how to keep going. Okay, so what draws them to you? No, let's do it the other way around. What draws you to them first? Let's do that. Keeping it fun. What draws them? No, I keep wanting to do it. Okay, fine. I think it's a mirrored energy. That's why it's coming through as enlightenment. Like, I'm just gonna say this is mutual, and then we'll see if there's anything separate that wants to come out. There's like, you set my mind on fire. You set my spiritual being on fire. Like, you make me, the most evolved part of me, feel seen. It's like, oh, I've never had these conversations with anybody else. Nobody's been able to have these conversations with me. I feel so enlightened, so relaxed, so held and ignited. And it sets off you guys could be like, talk well into the night, or you talk hours on end. And then you're like, wasn't that only like 20 minutes? Like, what happened? I love that. So they love that you, and so I want to say this, and this kind of feels like a mirrored energy. They're in the background here is what I'm feeling. But they love how you've grown yourself. That you've taken yourself from maybe surviving to thriving, or that you've never given up, or that you always take the higher road or have this higher perspective. They also love that you're adventurous. What attracts them to you? We're just going to go with it. What attracts them to you? Miracles. You reciprocate their optimism. You reciprocate their magical mindset. You reciprocate, I call it a divine mindset. I teach a lot on that with my coaching clients, and it comes up in my readings. But this way to see the world through the lens of God, through the lens of potentiality, through what is possible, not just what's happening, and then letting yourself react and respond and get minimized by that or react to that. It's like I get ignited by the absolute beauty, the potential, the unfolding of the world around me. You guys have big dreams that you activate with each other, and the same vision. The same vision. I want to be as bold to say is the same vision. They have such a pull to you and you to them. Again, I said it was a mirrored energy, and then we have these miracles mirroring. It's like, you guys ignite each other even more so, even though you already had a trajectory of a similar dream. You guys have the ability to like really let go of things and keep transforming and keep reaching for more. And there's this feeling of, it's got the forgiveness at the bottom of the deck with a little bit of the crescent moon here. And we got the relaxation with the big full moon. You guys have both learned how to not let your emotions rule you, or the manipulation outside of you rule you, like reacting and responding to politics, or reacting and responding to news, or reacting and responding to other people's dramas. And they love that about you, that you have your own sense of self, that you contain your own influence, that you're not influenced by things outside of you, and that you're led more by intuition, that no matter what happens, there's this like trust and faith in what's taking you forward. What do you love about them? And that just popped right out. and you got peace, inner peace. This is one of my soulmate winks of all the cards I have. So your future spouse is definitely a soulmate. And like a high level soulmate. It's coming through as like inner peace. Like you guys have, you'll probably feel that with them. And what you love about them is the way that it feels easy. It feels relaxed. It feels like it gets carried. The energy is carried forward. You're not forcing it. You're not stressing it. There's no struggle in the stream. It's like a peaceful journey together. And there's something that's so delicious about that for you. You could have had other connections where you had to chase, or you had to wait really long times for the person to come together. There's this energy of like before you were like salmon beating yourself up in the stream, and now you're like this beautiful koi that is just relaxing in the body of water that you're in, trusting the flow. You really appreciate that this person also feels led by their intuition and that by their spirit, and that you guys, like, they feel like a blessing in the dark a little bit. Like you might have been trying to navigate certain parts of your mission, your vision, your journey that have felt unclear, but then with this person, they come into more of a defined expression where you're like, maybe it's that, maybe it's here. Oh, okay, with this person in this way. And they ignite actually some level of like new bright opportunities exposing themselves to you. So you're going to start to notice, being around this person or being with this person, that other things in life get better. Other things in life become like, some of your prayers are going to be answered just by being around this person. And you love and appreciate about them that they go after what it is that they say they do. Like if they're telling you they're going to do something, you see them make constant progress to that. You also love that this person has a certain level of patience. Okay, so what we're going to do is ask, what is the purpose of this union? What is the purpose of this union? And overall, is there anything we need to know about the feeling of this union, or what this union will be like? The purpose of bringing these two people together. Out of the billions of people in the world, you will marry this one person. Why is this so sweet, dear God? Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. It's like your spirit's way, and it's right over that earth blessings card and the rebirth. It's like coming, and the enlightenment card. Coming into earth has been hard for you, both of you. And the purpose of this connection is to stay grounded, that you're here to complete the mission, that you have stability, roots, grounding, family, loving connections that help make that possible, that keep you safe. The void, oh my gosh, the cosmic womb. Like this purpose of this, the purpose of this union is to hold you as you keep birthing the new earth, is what I want to say. You guys are earth angels, likely. You both have an earth angel aspect. This pile's very highly evolved. Your life is a canvas, artistic manifestation, creative accountability. My gosh, your purpose of this union is multifaceted. It's right over the belief card too. You got the manifestation, creation right over the belief card. You're both coming together. God brings you together at the right time. You had to strengthen enough in believing in yourself prior to this person. And now you're coming into union so that you can believe in something more than yourself. And then you can keep expanding and growing. And again, it feels like birthing this new earth, or birthing a version of the new earth that you want, whether that's an artistic part of the world that keeps people inspired and beauty alive. It keeps a farm or a garden that keeps some of your neighbors alive. It's like, it's coming through as like being able to hold each other accountable to this dream and stabilizing each other as you cook in this energy, right? So because I can feel how much pressure there might be on both of you. And it's like it relieves some of that pressure. It holds you. It keeps you contained and safe. And there's almost like a platformy energy of like being able to launch off. Okay, so what do you need to focus on in order to attune to this person, come into union? And then we're going to go into the extended. What do you need to focus on? Silence, listen more, and quiet be. Strength, more effort will get you what you want. And remembrance, memories in the past hold the key. So I would say overall, your advice here is don't forget all that you've learned, specifically as you begin to come into union with this connection. I almost want to say, like, it's okay to be a little vulnerable, like to look at past experiences and allow yourself to soften. Like, love isn't something you can calculate, is how I want to say it. It's something that just kind of unfolds naturally when it's time. And we need to kind of trust some of that, but while also being discerning on where we're at, what works for us, that type of thing. But with the remembrance, again, this is like kind of a focusing. I just did a reading on future spouse that was like, hold the frequency of me. So you might want to watch that. It was a message from your future spouse, and this is giving me that, like, hold the frequency of me because I'm right here. Union is an energy. It's not actually being with the person. It's being able to feel that love right here and now. With the silence, I think, and it's coming right over this like meditation earthed card, do a little bit more like walking in nature, listening, tuning into the higher realms. You might be really busy at this time is how this is feeling to me. And it's important to tune into this person by tuning into your higher self, by tuning into God or the divinity that's guiding you. And overall strength, more effort will get you what you want. Keep working hard at these goals. Keep working at your missions. Keep teaching yourself. Keep expanding your mind. Keep at it, beautiful one, because your future spouse is going to be the elevated version of that. And they're also going to be the safe container to hold all of that continuous growth and expansion and strength. Woo, what a beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm going to take this into the extended, my sweet one. So we're going to go over, do you know them? How will you meet? We're going to go over what your first date will be like, your physical connection, and anything that you would need to know from their higher self. All right, my sweet, beautiful ones, though, if this is where you love and leave me, the membership also is part of the YouTube. It's not off the channel, so I'll put it in the description. But if I love and leave you here, thank you so much for joining me, and please let me know how you received that. It always means the world to read your comments. You all know I'm pretty responsive. I'm on there like, hey, what's up? Sending you guys so much love. I look forward to continue reading for you. Bye.